Look, there's Cardiff. I think that's Barry Island. There's the big hill at Minehead. I'm at the seaside. Hello, I'm Tim, and he's made a lot better life choices than I have, and this is How to Murder Feet, a podcast that is largely rambling about rambling. I'm at the beach, as you can see, and this is the big one. After months of banging on about it, I finally can't put it off any longer, and I am indeed about to try and walk the entire southwest coast path, which you can Google for further reading and so on. For more information, check the internet. But as a sort of basic thing, I constructed a crude teaching aid using sand. Here we go. Actually, it's quite big, so I'm going to have to zoom back up a bit so you can see what's going on. So yes, that is Cornwall mostly, and Devon, and a bit of Somerset. It's the sticky outy footy bit that sticks off the bottom of the Great British Isles, and I am at that stone there. There we go. So this is the southwest coastal footpath. This starts on this stone here, which is Minehead, which is the beach I'm on right now, on the border of Somerset. We're in Somerset here. That's Devon, just across this little this weird little line there. There's a variety of small stones I've placed around the edge, which are my day's stage stopovers. And then the thing goes off and off and off and off and down to the end, Land's End, Plymouth, Penzance, round to Plymouth somewhere there, I think. That bit's Dartmoor, that bulge. Then comes along the south coast of Dorset, that's Weymouth, and Portland Bill, the sticky outy little section there. And that sort of indent here is the end, where my foot is. That is the chain ferry at Poole Harbour, Sandbanks and Studland Head there. The entire thing is 640 miles long, and frankly it's giving me nightmares. I've somehow decided that this is my big life goal, my bucket list, my journey of a lifetime, one way or another, and I've got to actually crack on and do it. So obviously doing the whole thing in one go is insane. 640 miles, they reckon. The website on the Victoria Southwest Coast Path touristy website suggests doing this in 8 weeks. 8 individual weeks, not necessarily one after another. You can have breaks in between, which is what I'm going to do, because I've got a day job and stuff. 8 different holidays, and my goal is to try and get this all done before I'm 50, which is 8 years away. So 1 week a year at the least. Ideally I want to get 2 weeks a year. Anyway, one way to do this and stay sane and not go mad from the horror is to try and break it into smaller sections. So this is week 1. This is the north coast of Exmoor. And let me just scuff in Exmoor with my feet. It's that kind of bit there, which basically is up over that hill and beyond and yonder. This stone here is Minehead. I spent half a day travelling. It's about 12:30 today on Saturday, the something or other, 16th September, something like that. And I've got 7 one-day stages to do. So there's Minehead. I'm going to spend the rest of the day doing about 9 miles to Porlock, Porlock Weir here. Then after that is Linton and Lynmouth. Then after that, it gets a bit confusing. I'll look it up. Braunton, Woolacombe, I think. Then it all gets a bit confusing because the path follows the Tor River, or Tors River, something like that. Again, I'll look it up. It goes inland, following a lot of estuary stuff and bridges and whatnot, and I'm not quite sure what the rules are about cheating with bridges and ferries, but we've got to do a fair bit of inland country stuff in the later part of the week, and then finishing at this small stone here, which is Westward Ho, and that is an exclamation mark. It actually has an exclamation mark in the sign name. Fantastic. Lots of literary allusions and stuff there. So I thought the itinerary was initially 9 days, 7 days of walking and a day of travelling at each end, but I've arrived at Minehead from my home at lunchtime, so I reckon, seeing as the first day is so short, I reckon it's only 9 miles. I think I can do that in one day, although it is quite hilly, as you can see. So yeah, that's the plan. Smoke me a kipper, I'll be back for breakfast, as they say. So yes, anyway, I'm going to go off and find the starting point, which is a monument somewhere on the seafront over there, and then crack on. Time's a wasting, and also, just to make life particularly fascinating and fun, I'm going... I found out that there's a yellow weather warning for this evening, around about sort of midnight through to early hours of the morning. It's like big black cloud and 2 raindrops, risk of flooding. So my plan is to get to one of these little stones, Porlock, find a campsite. I'm going to be doing a lot of ninja camping this trip, but I think for this batten down the hatches type weather, I'll probably want a proper campsite, and I found one. So I'll just basically today, let's just crack on and get to there and get battened down for the life-changing amount of weather that's coming tonight. So yeah, see you later. On the road. There we go. This is pretty easy going so far. Too much to expect it's like this all the way around, although it's a fairly well maintained path for its entire length, so I'm not expecting mad scrambling across remote moors or climbing ice cliffs or anything. It's going to be this kind of thing most of the way. So about half a mile in. I thought I'd just get a good sweeping panorama of this. This is the Bristol Channel. This is the Severn, or the Bristol Channel here, I suppose, Severn a bit further up. Not sure at what point it turns into the North Atlantic, but I'll be sure to let you know. See, this is what's different to most of my hiking so far, is that it's all been little village-to-village stuff, or pottering about on some mountains in Wales. This is the sea, which will be my constant and only friend for the next however many weeks it takes to do this thing. There we go. What have we got there? That's Steep Home and Flat Home. Two little islands in the Severn. I think that's Cardiff over there. Can't really see it too well on the zoom on this thing. And where was that? There we go, that block on the very far horizon there, that's Hinkley Point, where they're building a brand new nuclear power station to accompany the two that are already there. And back that way is Minehead. There's Butlins, that abomination with the big tent there. And that, in a way, is the reason I'm here, at their Butlins. Why I picked this as my lifetime achievement bucket list goal. Spent a lot of summers in Butlins with family. We were too poor to go on proper holidays, so we went to Butlins. And I spent more time out on this here path than in the camp, to be honest. It was very much a sort of weaponised prisoner of war camp turned to fun purpose. But you're too young to worry about that sort of thing in those days. But yeah, and then throughout the rest of my life I'd been into various Cornwall holiday trips and even lived in Cornwall for a year and saw lots and lots of bits of this here little path, little fragments with evocative signposts saying Poole Harbour 300 miles that way. And I think there I am scratching around for some sort of bucket list type of thing, something to be able to say, yes, I did that and not everyone else has. And you cast around for the usual sorts of things. You think, yeah, what about Route 66? Let's drive that across America. And you think, yeah, that's somebody else's dreams, really. That's a packaged, non-specific dream that doesn't really relate to me personally. And then I thought, well, what about this path? Since I've been doing a lot of hiking lately anyway, why not do the whole goddamn thing? And so here I am. It's a lovely day, rather sunny. It's nice to be. I've got no illusions. I am going to get prodigiously rained on throughout these different weeks. Possibly tonight, it's as early as. But it's nice to set off in decent weather on a nice day. It's about, I don't know, 15 to 18 degrees out here. It's quite pleasant, quite cool. I looked up temperatures for September in North Devon, and it's all sort of, around 11 to 18 degrees, which is just about right, really. I didn't want to be doing this midsummer because I'll just bake my head off. And midwinter, I'll die in a snowbank somewhere. But early autumn and late spring, I think, are probably the times to do this. So here I am now. Anyway, enough gabbing on. I've got a lot of walking to do before the superstorm hits from, this evening onwards. Quick rest stop. Been going about an hour now. That switchback's a bastard, I tell you. I mean, come off of that little green where I last did some video, and then it goes up the cliff. That massive hill you saw from the beach. I'm on top of it now. It's about 300 metres up, I think, according to the maps and things. The older website had a day-by-day breakdown of the elevation charts and stuff, and these first 3 days are going to be a bugger, to be honest. They're all sort of massive cliffside, sea coast stuff like that. It's pretty much what I was expecting. But, it all goes up and down. So, yeah, I'd just take a bit of a moment. Got to drink lots of water. Got 2 of these. These are about 1 litre each. And, of course, as any schoolboy knows, 1 litre of water weighs a kilogram. That's the metric system at work. So I introduced you to Passepartout. There it is. That is enough well, I won't say enough stuff to live well for a week, but enough to live in squalor like a dog for a week, certainly. I weighed it before we came out because I thought that'd be instructive, give me something to bitch about on the way around. And yes, it's 14 kilograms, so there you go. Mind you, you know, it's all relative because about 2 years ago I weighed 14 kilograms more than I do now, so imagine having to do that with that and weighing that much as well. So, sort of training, I suppose. Yes, I'm sure you'll become way more accustomed with the contents of that than you want to be by the end of this trip. But yes, for the moment, just water, taking in the view, and trying to get my resting heart rate back again, because that was a bugger of a climb. Big switchback through a forest and quite slippery too, like leaves and mud and stuff. Bloody mountain bike tracks all along it too. This is about what I expect the path to be like most of the way around this kind of grade. Well marked out, there's lots of little signposts with acorns on, so it's quite tricky to get lost. I've got maps, I'll get them out later and we can have a little look at those, but for the moment I haven't really needed them. It's all been very well signposted. Just follow this shore and the little acorn signs. But look at this, this is why I do it, this is worth it. Magnificent scenery. Still on the Severn there, the Bristol Channel. South Wales, I imagine Swansea somewhere along there, a bit further along. Yeah, and the dark, ominous clouds there, that's kind of, I don't know, Merthyr Tydfil sort of way, Brecon Beacons kind of direction. So, glad I didn't pick that trip today, because that's clearly raining over there. It seems to be missing here. It's coming in from that kind of direction. I can see stuff in the horizon, and the Met Office was quite clear about their yellow weather warning on the big outline, so I do want to crack on. But, yeah. Okay, I'm doing okay. Not having cardiac issues or being, you know, dropped to my knees yet. I managed to walk most of the way out there. Just have to stop halfway up some of the slopey bits for a bit of a breather, but it's to be expected. Don't normally hike with that kind of gear on board. Normally I have about 3 or 4 kilograms of stuff at most when I'm doing my little at-home town-to-town hiking. So this is good. It's a very good backpack though. Lots of straps and buckles and hidden pockets and integral features. That on the bottom there, underneath, is a thing that well, I expect you'll see it in action later, but it unzips and out comes a waterproof cover that's sort of attached by a piece of elastic string that goes over the entire thing in the event, well, when rather than if it's going to start raining. Loop straps on the top to put my mattress thing on, and plenty of room, side pockets, all the rest of it. I guess it's some degree of waterproofness all in itself, but everything inside there is packed in carrier bags anyway. I am ready for the rain. There's my trusty anorak there, and I've got some matching waterproof trousers you might see later on during the week. So I'm not going to use the weather as an excuse, frankly. But so far, glorious. So I'm just making the most of it and getting some footage, because I imagine there will be days on this adventure where it will be raining so hard I can't get the phone out of my pocket. So I shall have to just do an audio described bit of that. So, yeah. So far, so good. I got a good feeling about this week. I don't know how many days I'm going to get done. I mean, the plan is 7, but I'd be surprised, to be honest. I can always come back for another half week's worth later in the year or early next year if I don't make the whole thing. So, and that's fine. You know, it's I am the only referee of this trip, to be honest. So as long as I'm happy with what I'm doing, that's good. Now, this is unexpected. It appears I have a choice. There is coast path, and there is rugged coast path, both of which have an acorn. According to my map, here it is, both of them count as the coast path. So I have to make a choice as to which one I want to do. So far we've come, by the way. There's Minehead there, and I'm at a sort of junction about there on the just next to that, yeah, just north of that. Can't really see very well on this. So there's a north path that won't focus properly, which goes all along here, along in and out, in and out, in and out, up and down, and rejoins here. Or there's a south path, which runs along the top of the ridge, cutting right into the middle of Exmoor, and then rejoins back at the end there anyway. They look about the same distance. Actually, the rugged one looks a little bit longer, but the rugged one's got a lot of contours, a lot of up and down. Basically, I'm sure it goes in and out and in and out of all of those little things there, whereas this one just goes up and over the top. And to be honest, because I've only got half a day to get a day's worth of hiking in, I think I might just take the flat one. Yeah, because I'm going to see loads of coast, but I'm only going to see one bit of Exmoor. So, yeah. So I went rugged in the end. Partly because I'm an idiot, but also because there's just a ton of mountain bikes just zipping along that non-rugged version. You can see some of them there possibly. And they're like the silent ninjas of bridleways. Just get this whoosh, and then suddenly mountain bike. Really disconcerting. So I thought if I go for the really dangerous cliff-based version with the lots of up and downs, they won't follow. That's the plan anyway. You can sort of see it over there on that hillside. Goes in and out, up and down, past various ruins and things. Should make for quite a travel. Adventures, see? I imagine there's an experience bonus down the rugged path. I'm probably not going to make it. We'll see. Well, that didn't work. Just been buzzed by 2 mountain bikes. So now I'm on the dangerous path and I'm being buzzed by mountain bikes. Look at all this precious altitude I'm squandering. I have to climb back up that side of that hill over there in a minute. Oh well, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the hardship. Talk to you again when I can breathe properly. Well, rugged certainly delivered. Hey, look at that. One false step there and I'm gone. It's still about 250 metres off the sea. Some cliffs there. Oh, it's just gone down and up to almost sea level again. Certainly getting my cardio workout. I just wish my legs weren't quite so wobbly. You know, what with this one misstep and you're dead type path. Maybe I should have gone with non-rugged. Makes you wonder what else is in store. Dangerous coast path. Abstract coast path. Whimsical coast path. Look at that weather. Wales is getting a beating. So far it hasn't come this way, but it probably will at some point later. Yeah. Little boat down there. Another boat humming along there. Yeah. Still remains lovely weather though. It's good. Can't even hear the sea this high up. So calm. Worrying. How about that? Is that rugged enough for you? Just come from over there and I found myself a promontory where I can stand heroically with one knee raised on a rock, hand on hip. Yep, there we go. Heroic pose. There's the horizon, clouds in the distance, sort of coming this way I think. I think there's a world of weather and hurt on the way. Well, I know so much because I trust the Met Office. But yes, I don't know, I've been going 3 hours. Hard to say where I am really, about halfway through. 9 miles in 6 hours, that's quite slow. A lot of in and out. I can't imagine I'll get there before then. I mean, I think, you see those fields over there? I think that's the far side of Porlock, so I just need to get around this headland and then down. And we should be there, which is good. Now I'll find a campsite, get booked in, get the tent set up, chuck the stuff in, stagger off to the nearest pub, wait till it all blows over. Yeah, I like that plan. I'll keep moving now. I want to get caught out here when the yellow warning rain hits. Oh, there's a sight. That down there is Porlock, my destination for the day. It's about 4 in the afternoon. I think I can get down there before 6, which I think is when the big weather happens. See some of that on the horizon really, so not long to go. Yeah, that's day 1 more or less. A lot of rugged coast path, which was indeed very rugged. Keeps doing this in and out thing, which is and also drops down to the river valley and then back up again each time. So, but then I guess that's pretty much what to expect for the entire trip. So it's good that I got to go at that early on, get some idea of it all. In the distance, you can see tomorrow's problem, which is Porlock to Linton and Lynmouth, and I don't even know where they are. Are they even in sight? What's that around the end of the headland there? Don't know. Not going to worry about it today. Let's get down there and get that campsite found. Doing well so far. They're a bit tiring, but which is a little worrying because I think it's day one. But yeah, I could do another day, certainly. I think we'll see. So you can tell we're near civilization because look, a bench, which I am going to sit on. Oh, that's brutal. So you can just see, just to show you up there where I've just come from. That is about a mile up there, and it's all about a 30-degree incline all the way down. Oh, a bench of the dead. Nope, can't even tell. Oh, I'm just going to sit here for a bit. Oh, this is pleasant. That's the sea over there. I'm pretty much at sea level now. There's a small, gently babbling brook, river thing. Don't even know what it's called. I don't want to go in it. Unnecessary wetness to be avoided. Lovely though, listen to that. It's about 4 o'clock, late afternoon, early evening. It gets dark about 7:30 at the moment, so that's my sort of aim, my target for the ninja camping. But I've scoped out a proper campsite today with facilities because what with the huge rain and also my first night out, I think we could do with a few amenities. It's still me in my tiny coffin tent though on my lonesome, so yeah. Just come down that bloody great mountain. It was about 300 metres in about half a mile. Mixing my measurements there. I hate down. I may have ranted about down before. See, the problem with down is you're fighting gravity all the way, and you do down on your knees, whereas you do up on your thighs, and your thighs are much better suited at it all. Of course, you could turn around, go down backwards, but then you can't see because your eyes are in the wrong side of your head. So yeah, a pain in the backside generally, well, a pain in the knees. So I'm taking it a bit easy at the moment just to recover. Hopefully a night's sleep will bring my knees back into fine fettle, because I need those to walk with. And yeah, presumably I'm going to have to regain all that altitude when I leave this little idyllic shire-like valley of Porlock tomorrow morning, but that's tomorrow's problem. So off to find a campsite, and then some kind of post-mortem and frank assessment and hard think about what I just did. Ah, and here we are, the campsite. Have a quick look around. There we go. You can see views, sort of. And here are the smallest tent in the world. If that looks cosy, you don't know the half of it. Just about, well, it doesn't really fit me, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, if I sort of sleep on my side and maintain a fetal position, it just about does. But waterproof, I think, hopefully. We'll see. So I got here and the office is closed, and it doesn't open until like 9 tomorrow morning or something. So if I'm up and gone early enough, I could actually ninja camp in an actual campsite, so that's pretty good going. I'll see if there's like a box you can put some money in or something. Right, well, I'm going to leave my stuff here and hope no one steals it. I mean, there's not a lot worth stealing, to be honest. And go and try and find a pub and or shop or whatever passes for civilization in Porlock. Well, I'm back. Had a pint and a pub dinner and I'm generally feeling okay. Mind you, have a look at that sky. That's coming our way. So yeah, that's definitely going to be a thing. Going to find out how waterproof this thing is overnight. Got a few supplies ready for tomorrow. Bit of food. Tomorrow's going to be a difficult day. It's 12 miles, it says, and it is all just moorland and hills and cliff. Not much in the way of little towns and shops and things. So I'm going to need to bring a bit of food with me. and then that take me to Lynmouth or Linton. I can never tell the difference between towns. Two of them quite close to each other, whatever. Then after that's another very long day, another 12 miles along the top of raggedy moors and cliff tops to get me to Combe Martin. And then from there it gets a bit easier, less cliffs, less up and down. Pass through Ilfracombe, end up somewhere else, I forget exactly, got the notes somewhere. That's the nice thing about the coast path, it's quite easy to follow, you don't really need the map much, you just follow the coast. So yeah, feet are okay, shoulders could be a thing though, the old strap rubbings against the backpack there, so I'm not sort of aching here and here, not actually abrasions but certainly aching. So I think I've got the backpack strapped up right, it's all weight resting on the hips and everything, it's just I'm just not used to that kind of load on my shoulders, so yeah, that'd be interesting to see. So I'm feeling good. I think I can do tomorrow, certainly, and the day after. I mean, practically speaking, the earliest I can realistically bail easily is Ilfracombe, because my way out is basically through Barnstaple, then on to Exeter, and then home from there by train. So once I get to Ilfracombe, there's lots of buses and things that will take me to Barnstaple quite easily. At the moment, the sort of Porlock Linton type area, it's a bit in the middle of nowhere. They probably get like one bus a day or something. So in event of an absolute emergency, I'd have to get a taxi, or in a real emergency, I suppose I'll just, you know, mash 999 on the phone and hope a helicopter turns up. But I can try and avoid that if I can. It causes comment. So I want to try and get at least 3.5 days, which will take me to Ilfracombe. And I think I can do that, but then beyond Ilfracombe it's all easier going anyway. We're down into the Tor estuary and it's all quite flat and not so much hills, and it's all just coastal dunes and so on. So if I can get that far I could probably go further. So yeah, I was quite disappointed how short a distance I appear to have travelled on the map, but there was quite a lot of zigzagging and going into ravines and switchbacks and so on. And so yeah, and I've not actually done today properly. There's another mile in that direction to get to Porlock Weir, which is technically the end point for the first day. But this campsite is quite nice. I decided I'm going to have a lie-in till 8 in the morning, just so I can be here when the little front office opens and actually pay the man some money. Seems fair. Ninja camping in a campsite. That is audacious, I think, even for me. But I think tomorrow probably will be ninja camping, because I've no idea where the campsites are or how far I'm going to get or anything. I might want to stop short of Linton a mile or two and just pitch up on the cliff top there somewhere. We'll see how I do. So I'm willing to give it all a go, but we'll see. I don't know how well I'm going to do. Whether the whole 7-day thing is feasible or realistic at all, I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, so I mean, despite it, it's only like 7 o'clock at the moment, but I might get an early night because, you know, I need my rest. Particularly, I need to get these boots off and just let the feet rest a bit. So yeah, I should probably turn in once it gets dark or starts raining, whichever happens first. At the moment, I'm just going to sit here in this field and become one with nature or something. It's quite a nice campsite, quite quiet, quite well spaced out. Not like that place near Brecon, bloody hell. Oh, was it? No, Snowdon, yes. Gosh, it's like some sort of festival going on there, it's crazy. But no, I'm expecting a good night's sleep tonight, even with the horrendous torrential rain, mostly because I'm just so tired. So, yes, see you tomorrow. Probably won't do any filming inside the tent because there's not enough room.